recruitment, one-to-one coaching, software, account recovery expert. We've got loads of free resources for people who are brand new and just getting started. Can I go live now? I can. Hey, here we go. Anything you would need, you can come to us. And I'm going to let our community members know that we are live. Cool. And so we built these systems out of frustrations that we were feeling in our own Amazon stores. You know, we face the same problems you guys face because we've been selling for a long time now. And we just didn't see anyone in the industry actually fixing the problem. So we decided to do that. And it's been very successful so far. We have over, I think it's 110 positive reviews from people now. All 5-star reviews. It's been going really well. We got a fantastic team. We realized our team is now 15 people. I thought it was 16, but it's 15 people. And it's constantly growing, constantly scaling. So where are you? There you are. Cool. I'm going to bring this one over here. Actually, I will have it there. Yeah, constantly growing and constantly scaling. So if you have any Amazon FBA questions, please do let me know. If you have been on the fence about giving it a try, ask away, ask me questions. We've got loads of free resources for people who are brand new and just getting started. If you are stuck, if you're hitting a plateau, let me know. That's one of our fortes. We've got a lot of people in our mentorship who were selling already, but they were hitting plateaus or considering even giving up. And since working with us, they've decided to keep going. So please do let me know if you've got any questions. I hope you're all having a very nice Saturday. Hope you've got good plans. I am going to go live for about an hour and a half this morning, and then I'm going to go swimming with my partner. She is very pregnant right now, so she's very excited to be in water, to have a bit of buoyancy. Yeah, let me know if you've got any questions. I can see a couple of people over there watching on YouTube. Welcome to the live. Thank you for joining. Let me know if you've got any questions. Okay. Hello, aloha. I don't know how to spell that. I'm also, guys, just so you know, I'm doing a contact lens trial, and for some reason today my vision is blurry. Oh, I just read your message. That's you're going to Dutch oven yourself. That's delightful. Thank you for engaging in the live. Not really sure how that's Amazon FBA related, unless you sell the sheets, but fair play to you. Okay, that gym guy, I recognize your name. Welcome to the live. Thank you for joining. Yeah, so yesterday, Sam and I went live. We had some audio issues. It was a bit all over the place, and then we started talking about politics. You just hit 62.1K, that gym guy. That's amazing, dude. Well done. Congratulations. What's your timeline? How long have you been selling again? Because I remember you saying it's not that long, right? I think you were. Do I remember you started selling end of last year? Something like that. 2 years, okay. That's still amazing, dude. Congratulations. Yeah, that's amazing. 2 years. What would that be? We're in 2026, so 2024. What kind of time in 2024 did you start? I'm interested. I started in 23. I say this all the time in the lives. When I started in 23, it was like peak on Google Trends, and it was still amazing. So it just goes to show how big the marketplace on Amazon is. I had a really interesting conversation. I had a really interesting conversation with a wholesaler yesterday who wanted to set up a relationship with us. And he was talking about Amazon in a really disgruntled fashion, but he was acknowledging and giving respect where it was due. He was like, yeah, Amazon can be a really big pain in the ass, but the reality is the foot traffic, the sales velocity, and the customers are so high, it's worth the headache. And that's pretty much how every supplier sees it, I think. Packed of, how do you do sourcing? Welcome to the live, mate. Thank you for joining. So sourcing, there are loads of different strategies you can do. So I'll nail off a couple and I'll tell you which ones I like the most. So you've got storefront sourcing, loads of different ways you could do that. You can do that via Keeper. You can do that through SellerAmp SaaS. You can do it directly from Amazon ASIN listings. So if I go to amazon.co.uk, I go onto listings and I check out other sellers on the listing. That would be a way to do storefronting. You've got email newsletter sourcing, where you create an email address, probably a Gmail, and then you sign up to retailers' email newsletters. And then occasionally you go through, or every day you go through the emails you get, you check the deals, and you go through the deals section of the websites with the codes you get, and you try and find deals. That's one of the best ones. You've got Keeper Product Finder. You've got Keeper Deals for A to A. You've got keeper filtering for A to A as well. CellerAmp SaaS is really good for EU A to A, but our software is way better for EU A to A. What else have you got? You've got manual sourcing, reverse sourcing, rabbit hole method. There's loads of different methods. What we say to people in the beginning, so many people try and learn everything and then get confused and don't really get anywhere. So just picking one or two and sticking with it until you figured them out, that's probably going to be a better option. So OA and A to A, so online arbitrage, which is buying from major retailers, and then Amazon to Amazon, which is buying from Amazon, reselling on Amazon. We consider them one model, because Amazon to Amazon doesn't take a lot of time, so you should do that alongside OA. If you're doing Amazon to Amazon, do Keeper deals, Keeper product finder, whatever you want to do. You can use Keeper for A to A, and then use email newsletter sourcing and storefront sourcing with CellerAmp SaaS. So technically it's three, but it covers OA and A to A. And yeah, that's the ones I like the most. Some people get really good results with manual sourcing, just going around retailers, going around Amazon, finding products. And typically speaking, here's one bit of advice for you that a lot of people don't realize. If you find a retailer that has a brand on offer, it's very likely more products in that brand are on offer too. So the common one is Jellycat. If I find on Jellycat, if I find one of them on offer, it's very likely a lot of Jellycat products are on offer. So by finding one lead, you can daisy chain it and then end up finding quite a few more. And some days you'll find 2 buyable leads, other days you'll find 15. It's more important that you track the average over the week, and you should aim for at least 5 buyable leads a day, and you should set a spend targets that if you want to hit a certain amount of revenue per month, you need to spend a certain amount of cash on stock with enough time in advance for it to go live and sell. So that could be like 5 weeks in advance even. Eva Goris over here talking like you got bare money, but you ain't wearing no Balenciaga. How can I trust you? Okay, sorry. Guys, I'm going to be leaning into this episode today, and it's purely because I got a contact lens trial, and my vision is so blurry, it's insane. But I've just got to do it. Balenciaga. The last time I saw them selling stuff, they were selling what looked to me like trash bags, like black rubbish bags, and they were selling it for a massive, crazy markup, and absolute plebs online were buying it. I don't understand that myself. But to each their own. The luxury goods market is absolutely booming right now. Very interesting side effect to massive wealth inequality is that the middle class and the working class have no money, but people with money have a lot of money. Very interesting time for society. How much is the training, please? Yeah, good question. Thank you for joining, Azar Aziz. So we've got a free FBA course that you can download and learn the fundamentals. We have a course that teaches like literally everything that you need to know in terms of the strategy we follow. Not everything, obviously. Our mentorship covers more stuff, but we have a course that covers that. That's £700. We are actually going to rejig our offer, and I think at the start of next month we're going to offer a sourcing course only for a lot cheaper, just so it's more accessible for people. We've got like back-end data on what people are actually looking at when they're learning Amazon now. We've got back-end data based on our sales, so we know that people are primarily looking to learn how to source. So we're going to offer that next month. If you want to work one-to-one with us in the coaching and mentorship, you need at least 5K to invest, and we'll schedule a call and we'll see if you're a good fit for the mentorship. We'll see if we're a good fit for you. We only want to work with people that we know we can help. We've only got 5-star reviews, and we've got fantastic results for people in the mentorship. That's run by Sam. He's closing in on 7.5 million since selling on Amazon. So that's in the last 4 and a bit years. And I got coaching from Sam, which is how I know him. Vinny, can I have a shout out? Yes, mate, you can have a shout out. Welcome to the live. Thank you for joining. I don't recognize your name. I hope you're good, mate. I hope you're having a good day. Stuart Kersey, Sean, can you help explain EU A to A? Yes, mate, of course I can. So I'm not really a cocky person. I'm a confident guy, don't get me wrong, but I don't really like cockiness. One thing I I know for a fact is that Seller Smart as a team, we are the most experienced people in EU A2A. And that's only because Cal, Reese and I spent a year of our lives developing software, primarily around automating our admin and EU A2A. And all we bought for a year, pretty much, well, you know, within reason, we bought replens as well. Pretty much all we did was EU A2A. Our software is EU A2A focused first, and then we're going to expand it out to other things. And you can join the waitlist for that. Anyone in our mentorship gets early access to that. And yeah, people are very excited using it. EU A2A, basically, if you consider Amazon to Amazon from the UK, right? Amazon to Amazon from the UK is very much dependent on you finding price drops, waiting until the price goes down. This is really often when Amazon is matching another retailer's sale. So let's say Currys puts on an electronic sale. Amazon is going to price match Currys that day because it doesn't want to lose sales to Currys. So when that price goes down, you can buy the product and then resell it when the price goes back up to its normal price. That's Amazon to Amazon in the UK. EU A2A is slightly different because prices in the EU are typically just cheaper than the UK. We get absolutely screwed in the UK, honestly. When you do EU A2A, you realize how much of a scam the UK is. But you can just buy products way, way cheaper. And often, more often than not, you don't have to wait for price drops and you can just replen because the competition isn't as high. So I've sold anything and everything in EU A2A. There's a very select few bits on my list that I wouldn't ever buy again because I've just had bad experiences with customers. But it would be buying from Amazon Germany, Amazon Spain, France, Italy, Belgium, wherever it is. To be honest with you, most of the time it's Amazon Germany. And you would buy from Amazon EU marketplaces and resell in the UK. That's what EU A2A is. You've got the largest Amazon marketplace in the world is the US. And that's because the US is the land of capitalism. It's got a really high population and people love spending money. Then you've got Germany is the second largest marketplace in the world. And Germany is the biggest because it acts as a central hub for the rest of the EU. And then you've got the UK is the third biggest marketplace in the world. That's where we focus on. That's our speciality. We are Brits. We are going to expand out to the EU and to the US eventually, but we've got to take each step as it comes. I'm only really comfortable talking about things I've got direct experience in, and I've never actually sold in the US yet, so I can't really give too much advice on that. I've sold a lot in the EU because I did EFN, and I recommend not doing that. I recommend switching EFN off as soon as you can. And now there's that new thing, I don't know if you guys saw the email, Amazon Export, which is, it basically to me sounds like EFN, but it's up to 80 countries, it's not just in the EU. But the problem is, in Amazon's own email, they say that the onus is on you to be legally compliant with selling products in all of those marketplaces. So as an arbitrage seller, even as a wholesale seller, that is why it's an issue, because every single country has different compliance laws. It's a massive headache, and in our experience, when you've got problems in one marketplace, it affects your sales in the one you actually care about, which is the UK. And also the profit calculation settings on Amazon are an absolute joke. They don't work at all. I thought I was making money for 4 months of selling in the EU, and it turns out I was losing money per transaction. So you got to be real careful. Stuart, fully endorse Sam of the mentoring program, legend. Thank you, Stuart. I really appreciate you, mate. Thank you for the pleasant comment. Appreciate you coming and joining the live as well. It's nice to see some people over on the YouTubes. I'm gonna save that one. Does anyone else have any questions? I'm happy to just bounce around. Luckily for me with live calls, because I've got quite my brain darts around quite a lot, I'm quite happy to just jump from topic to topic to topic. But if there's anything that you guys would like to learn today, if there's anything you've been trying to figure out with Amazon and haven't been able to, or if there's anything you're just a bit confused about, just let me know. I'm just going to do it. Cool. Okay, cool. Right, I'm back. Sorry about that. So, right, where did I last go? So we were talking about EU A2A, Amazon to Amazon. Yeah, so if some of you guys in here aren't doing Amazon to Amazon yet, it's a really good thing to do. It's a really good model to do. Just be very careful that you can't Just be very careful that you can't use Amazon invoices for ungating anymore. You can use them for authenticity complaints, you can use them for IP violations, but you can't use them for ungates. And just be aware that if you have less than, I don't know, less than 2 or 3 grand, Amazon to Amazon sometimes requires you to hold your stock for 2 to 3 months. Not all the time, but sometimes. So what we typically recommend for people just starting is getting into OA first, online arbitrage first, is a better decision, and then doing A to A when you've got a bit more cash. If you find a really banging A to A lead where it sells really quickly, the price dropped down temporarily and then went straight back up, that's a really good sign that you can sell that product now. Because if it sells quickly, whoever managed to jump on that listing is going to sell out fast. So it's not a binary yes or no rule. You have to kind of use your common sense. But yeah, I would for sure reckon trying OA for a bit first to build up your cash flow, and then try A to A. Verkful, yes sir. Welcome to the live, mate. How are you getting on, man? How's the mentorship treating you? I saw you guys, you and your missus, mate. I love watching you two graft in Amazon. You both are so switched on. I'm so certain you two are going to be very wealthy in your lifetimes. I hope you're doing well, mate. Thank you for joining the live. No Sam today because it's a Saturday and he's in Ibiza, and I'm the sad one who gets to sit here and work on a Saturday morning. But I like it. All right, what was I talking about? So I was talking about delaying delaying A to A for OA. We good. Things are going very well, to be honest. Thank you, bro. No problem at all, mate. I really appreciate the thank you, mate. When I had a chat with you on our call about the mentorship, I was really excited to get you on, because you know how I say to everyone in our live calls, we're quite selective with who we work with. We actually do turn people away. And it's because, one, we want to work with people who are going to be easy to work with. Two, we want to work with people who we can tell are going to do the work. And three, we want the people we work with to get results, because it's good for them, fulfilling for us. And obviously from a review standpoint, it looks good on us when we help people get good sales. So mate, Verkful, I'm not going to say your name. As soon as I was chatting to you, I said to the boys, I was like, I really hope this guy signs up, because you're so switched on. I can tell you're going to do really well. Well, you already are doing really well, to be fair. Right, okay, so A to A, Evergrass, why waste money on designer clothes when you can spend it on stock and stack pounds even more? Yeah, exactly. I'm so fashion inept that the only thing I know about Balenciaga is that I swear they were selling trash bags for like thousands of dollars and people were buying it, and I was like, that is a world I do not care to know about. That don't make no sense. It didn't make no sense to me whatsoever. And obviously the only fashion I care about right now is our own merch, which we're actually going to start listing. We're going to start listing in our Discord soon. So I know a few people have asked me if they can get a hoodie. We'll put them up soon, which has been a godsend, because this room that I'm in right now is bloody freezing. You need a hoodie, yes, mate. Well, anyone. Oh, actually, I'll tell you what, Verkful, I'm going to tell you this because you're in the live today. Anyone who's joined our mentorship, we're going to give a hoodie to. So we'll send you one. We've been talking to a supplier the last couple of days. We found a really amazing supplier in Essex. So Reese Cowan. Obviously, our prep centre's around in Kent. So the boys live close to Essex. We found a really good supplier who they donate all of their profits to charities, different charities. I did a lot of charity stuff while I was working at Microsoft when I was at uni. So I'm a big believer in giving back to your community. So I love the supplier, I love the company and what they're doing, and I think we're going to use those going forward. And we've got some cool ideas for charity things we want to do coming up as well. So look out on our social media for that. That'll be coming up soon. Well, I need to buy another one for wifey. You guys are married? I didn't realise that. I thought she was your girlfriend. Good for you, mate. You're a young lad, aren't you? I thought you were in your early 20s. Well, fair play to you, mate. I think not enough people are hooking up. Not enough people are committing to each other long term anymore, by the looks of it. In my completely ignorant, limited viewpoint on what the modern dating world looks like a crazy headache to me. Now she is, but we might as well be married. Okay, yeah, fair enough. I get that. I've been with my missus for 4 years, right? She's 3 months away from giving birth to our first kid, and we're still engaged. We haven't gotten married yet. And I keep thinking, I keep planning to do it soon, but I'm just so busy with work. Terrible. I should do it. Should do it before the baby comes, really, even if just legally. Okay. Quite this conversation has gone in a different direction today. I thought it was going to be all Amazon, and now we're talking about marriage, life, and babies. All right. Let me bring up my trusty list of topics. So I was talking just now about that's fine. My auntie was engaged and had 5 kids and was together like 20 years. Mate, this is what I was saying, right? My missus was really concerned at one point that we weren't getting married. But when I was growing up, every single person I knew who was married got divorced. Whereas every single couple I knew who weren't married, they stayed together for decades and they were happy. So in my mind, I kind of associated marriage with divorce and being together without the pressure of why the hell does the government need to be involved in your relationship anyway? It doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, it made an association in my mind that the people who stay together for a long time and typically are the ones who don't get married. I don't know if there's any data to back that up. It was just my anecdotal perspective from what I saw growing up. Anyways, back on topic. These guys want to know about Amazon. Yes, mate, absolutely. Okay, so I talked about delaying A to A for OA. EU A to A, again, like I was just talking about that a lot. It's a really good niche, very lacking in competition. There are headaches with it, though. I understand why people don't do it as much. It is not straightforward. And it does come with complications, but that's what we teach in our mentorship. We teach you how to navigate those complications. And I actually do want to tell you a little bit more about the conversation I had yesterday. I'll probably do a social media video on it, to be honest. I had a conversation with a wholesaler yesterday who wanted to set up a relationship with us so that we can provide leads to, just a few select Amazon sellers that we know. What I've been wanting to do in the background is I have a lot of wholesale experience. I've got a lot of suppliers. I've got a handful that I really trust and that are really good. And I wanted to build up wholesale relationships so that I could add them in as suppliers to our software. I also wanted to bring wholesale suppliers into our mentorship so that our mentees could get access to leads from that. The caveat to that as an idea, though, we are very militant with our belief structure that we should teach you how to fish rather than just give you leads. We really believe that teaching you the skill is way more valuable than just handing you leads on a silver platter, because we don't want you to be dependent on us to succeed. We want to teach you how to do it yourself and then let you be self-reliant. So whilst I love the idea of bringing wholesalers into the mentorship to provide people wholesale leads, I also am concerned that will disincentivize people from actually learning how to do it. So, I might do a little poll in the mentorship group and see what everyone says, see if that's actually something they want. Obviously, if we're going to add them into the software eventually anyway, anyone who has access to the software will be able to see leads from them. That's a debate, but yeah, to give you context there, right? We've had access to thousands of leads for a long time now, for years, because we have software and we have virtual assistants and everything like that, and we still haven't sold leads as a service, as like a monthly payment service, because we just don't believe in it. We don't think it works, and it was. Like every single person we know who's experienced in the Amazon space, the only time they pay for lead service providing groups, they pay for them just so they know what not to buy. Because if a lead is posted in that group, that means hundreds of people are going to be buying the same stuff. And that's, in our opinion, that's what leads people to say Amazon is saturated, because anyone who tries those groups gets disappointed, and then that disappointment turns into Amazon's dead, it doesn't work. But the reality is it does. You just need to learn how to do it as a skill. Leads would be nice in my opinion. Every little helps, as Tesco say. Yeah. But the thing is, mate, you're a grafter. You're hardworking. I know if I give you leads, you're still going to go off and learn yourself. But some people, I don't mean this in an offensive way. I mean, humans by nature, we are lazy. Like humans, energy conservation. We want to save as much energy as possible as a survival mechanism, and because of that, most humans, if not all of us, are lazy in some fashion. So if we give people leads after paying for the mentorship, are they going to go through and learn how to do it properly? I'm not entirely convinced. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't know, but. Yeah, and wholesale leads is a bit different though, isn't it? Because it's a bit more, as long as you've got a good supplier who will prove supply chain, it's a bit different. And obviously we have the leverage that we can get larger orders, which means the return on investment is actually worth it. For most new sellers coming into Amazon, you don't have the capital required to get good discounts on wholesalers. That's why we don't recommend it for beginners. Beginners should absolutely focus on OA and A to A. You know, we're obviously in a very lucky position that we can leverage good deals now because we've been working at it. You know, the only difference between you and I is that we've been going longer than you have. That's the only difference. As long as you're consistent and you keep learning from what you're doing, you will get to a point where you have enough cash that you can make better decisions, or not better decisions. You can make more profitable decisions because you can leverage your cash flow. Glenn Lacey, welcome to the live, mate. Leads do definitely make you more dependent on them, especially if you're busy. Yeah, exactly. It's a concern, and we're really passionate about teaching people to be self-reliant. That is not just because of our community, by the way. In our own stores, before we even started Seller Smart, all of the software tools that we developed had the mentality behind it that we want to have tools so that we can find our own leads rather than just getting like price drop pings and things like that. The mentality was very different. We really want to equip you with the knowledge that you can be self-reliant. The thing I did not like when I was making some money from lead service providing groups, and most of the time they would tank, but when I was making some money, all I kept thinking was, if this company goes out of business, I have no idea how to operate mine without it. And I didn't like that. That was when I started FBA. I didn't like that feeling. I wanted to know how to do it myself. So you just got to do the reps and put the work in. And it's hard in the beginning, but I promise you, it does get easier. Like for everyone out here who's a newbie in that like probation phase, it does get easier with practice. You could always put it in a Discord room and lock it in for 1 month or 1 month or so of someone starting. Yeah, that's true. You could also lock it off to brand new people. Maybe, you know, if we're offering the mentorship for 6 months, maybe they don't get access to it for the first like 3 months whilst they learn. Maybe something like that. That could be a way around it. Yeah, it could be a way around it. To be honest, a lot of the wholesalers we work with, they only want to work with more established sellers anyway, because new sellers typically give them a lot of headaches. Quigita was telling me that the other day, and the wholesaler I was chatting to yesterday was telling me that, which I totally understand it. You know, wholesale is a no returns business model, and yet Amazon sellers will very cheekily call wholesalers on a Friday at 5 p.m. after they've finished their full-time job, and they'll say, send me leads for Amazon. Expecting the wholesaler to do all the work for them, and then they'll, if they get gated or something, they'll expect the wholesaler to give them their money back, and it just doesn't work like that. Wholesalers, you have to do your due diligence. You have to make sure that you can sell the product, and if you buy it, it's yours. It's no backseas with wholesale. But new people who are in the space don't know that. All they know is buying from. If I buy from Amazon, I can get a return, but that's not how wholesale works. Okay. Right, where did I leave off? So we were talking about wholesale. Yeah, so I'm going to go back to what I was saying just now. Wholesale, very good if you've got enough capital. Like Sam reckons you need 20 to 25k to do wholesale. I know you can do it with about 10 to 15. Even then, 10 to 15, I think you're better off going into OA and A to A personally, my personal opinion. A lot of the wholesale model in 2023 used to be going to these like small wholesalers that no one's ever heard of, and it's really tricky to do that now because a lot of them will not prove supply chain. So you have to be really, really careful. The major ones is just hard to buy from because you don't have enough capital to get the volume discounts. Verkful, all I know is wholesale, so normal sourcing for me is hard. What experience do you have in wholesale, mate? Oh, I just realized I don't have my water in here. That's why I was getting thirsty. Okay, right. So we talked about wholesale. Let's go over private label. Why we don't recommend private label for most new people? So private label is a fantastic idea if you are really in this for the long run, you're willing to commit to a brand for a long time, and you've got time and money to spend on advertising. So PL is fantastic if you're looking to exit a brand one day, for example. We have a Discord community of over 1,400 members. We talk to a lot of people who have tried wholesale. We've talked to a lot of people who have tried PL, and all of them, the majority of them, end up losing a lot of money. Loads of people go into it not realizing the level of work that you actually have to put in to do it. PL is not something that you can do passively as a side hustle for 1 to 2 hours a week. It requires a lot more work than arbitrage. Arbitrage is a lot more accessible. You can get your money back a lot faster. Typically, it's less risky. The amount of people I've spoken to some people who have lost 40 grand in PL because of stock issues. We've got people in our community who got misled by PL coaches. As soon as they got into arbitrage through following our advice, they started making money. So whilst PL is good for some people, especially people with more capital, more time to leverage into it, I said wholesale again, didn't I? I meant PL. I do think for most people, arbitrage is the better way to go. Amazon to Amazon and arbitrage, but I consider them both in the same model. We had a really good Amazon coach come into our mentorship the other day to do a guest spot, and he had a really good way of looking at it, where he was saying the life cycle of an Amazon seller is like OA to A to build up your cash. When you've got enough cash, you do a little bit of wholesale. When you get into a bit of wholesale, and later on when you've built up more cash, you can look into unique listings, PL, or bundles. Muchas gracias, thank you. Do you want to say hi?
Hello, people online.
Yep.
My face is like right now.
Thank you very much for the water. So Vertful, PL is expensive. Wifey, yeah, as fiance at the moment. wait. Very, very pregnant one as well. Every time she comes up the stairs, she's huffing and puffing. Te amo mucho. Yeah, PL is expensive. It's really expensive. It's so Sam's testing his first PL right now. Absolute disaster it's been, and he had an estimate of how much it was going to cost, and it ended up costing, I think, 2 or 3 grand more than he thought, and it was because he had to get like safety certifications he wasn't aware about. He got his first set of stock didn't pass safety qualifications, so he had to get more. It was just a massive headache for him. It took a really long time, was a hell of a lot of work, and then ended up costing him a lot of money without actually generating a return. So Sam was telling us in the background, he was like, honestly, PL is a joke in comparison to arbitrage. Arbitrage is just so much easier. Obviously, everyone's got their preferences, everyone's got their biases. And what works for us might not work for you, and vice versa. What works really well for us or what works really well for you might not be what we want. Yeah, at work they do a few PL things. Ad spend is tons, stock is a lot, paying for images, etc. Exactly. The key thing, right? PL used to be absolutely incredible, but Amazon realized how much money they were making from PPC advertising, and the cost of it went absolutely through the roof. So that's why PL is maybe not as desirable as it used to be. And I think, in my opinion, if you're going to do PL, you need to learn how to be a marketer. You need to learn to sell on TikTok, Shopify, Amazon. So, like, genuinely, just selling on one platform in today's day and age as a private label seller, to me, doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And now you've got places like Temu coming up as well. So it'd be really interesting what happens there. But for arbitrage, it's so much simpler. You just stick with Amazon and then eBay for returns. Tons of work, and you have to keep it stocked 24/7. Yeah, that's another thing, isn't it? If you run out of stock with arbitrage, it's no biggie. Whereas if you run out of stock with PL, it really hurts your listing visibility. And that increases your cost of advertising because, it's just how the flow works. Don't get me wrong. I know PL people who do well. I'm not disparaging private label as a concept. It's obviously very good. I just don't, for our community members, for what we recommend, it's just not good for most people. Exactly. They've tried a team to just run ads. PL is so much work on someone without money. It's not worth it at all. Yeah, 100%, 100%. It's the same thing, right? The community we have is 1,400 members. The vast majority of people we talk to come in and they say, I want to do wholesale. I've got £1,000. And it's the same thing as PL. I'm like, mate, you don't have enough money. I don't want to break your heart. I don't want to break your dream. But if you've got £1,000, you can't do PL. If you've got £1,000, you can't do wholesale. It's just the way it is. You need to do OA, A to A, use it as a cash machine, make profits, learn how Amazon works. That's the key thing. You need to learn how Amazon works with that model. And then when you've got enough cash by using the cash machine that is arbitrage, then if you want to do wholesale and PL, go for it. But if you're a brand new seller and you've only got a few £1,000s, it's just not worth it. It's not worth your time. It's going to be way more expensive than you think. It's going to take way more time to get returns. Arbitrage is just better for people in those positions. We have people who are in our mentorship who started with 20k. Even then we said do OA and A to A, and now they're doing really well, you know. It's a cash machine. OA, RA, A to A is perfect for starting. Yeah, I think most people start with retail arbitrage to give it a test. I certainly did. I went to Costco and we found my first couple of products were, one of them was a wholesale one, another one was a retail arbitrage that we found at Costco. And RA is a really good way to learn. I don't like RA because I don't think it's scalable and I only want to focus on stuff that scales. But RA is still a fantastic way to learn. And you know, you can go to clearance sections. Typically, you can get really good returns on your investment with less competition with RA. But there's a limit to it, you know. And like fuel in the UK is expensive. I don't want to drive around the UK spending my whole day going to shops and maybe not find anything when I can just sit at a computer and I can do that with arbitrage. Way more scalable, way less expensive than driving out with fuel, and just easier. But it does mean more competition, so you have to develop the skill with online arbitrage as well. Frosty, okay, I'm not going to read that out. Yeah, we still need to do that. We have tradition now every Wednesday. To go out and do retail arbitrage? That was, again, I used to do that with my missus. We used to do RA. And to be fair, it was fun. You know, you go out, you go for a drive, you goof around in the shop, you have fun, you get some food. It's a bit of a, you know, it's a bit of a routine. It's fun, but it's just not scalable from a business perspective. And, you know, I'm about to be 34. I've been in business quite a few years now. I just have a lot of aspirations with what I want to accomplish, and it's not possible with RA. But RA is a fantastic way to learn. And that's why I love Amazon so much, because Amazon is a fantastic way to get your foot in the door with business. It's how I learned. I used to think like an employee. Now I couldn't imagine working for someone else. Zan, is 100k profit month with Amazon FBA a thing? You would be probably one of the biggest sellers in the UK with that. I've certainly not met anyone who does 100k profit. Like that's the distinction, right? 100k profit is very different to 100k revenue. Zan, I would like to ask you a question, mate. Whereabouts are you at right now? Are you brand new to selling, or are you someone who's more established? Because I think you'd be amazingly surprised at how good a life you can have with 5k a month, and I mean profit. 10k a month profit is like life-changing. Most people in the UK have never experienced that. And by the way, 10k profit in a business is way better than £10,000 from a salary in a job. You know, with a business, there's a lot of things you can do cleverly with your financials that are legal, above board, and follow HMRC guidelines. And you can make way more money as a business in comparison to if you earned 100k a year in a salary. Just remember that. So 10k profit in a business is very, very valuable. But yeah, like social media has made us all go to extremes, hasn't it? So like a few months ago, 6 months ago, it was like everyone was trying to earn 10k a month. Everyone was trying to earn 10k a month. But the more established people in business who've been going for longer, now they're earning 100k months. Now the new thing is, I want to earn 100k a month. I want to earn 100k a month. And it's like, you guys out there who are beginners, you have to understand, yes, it's possible. I have friends who do 100 grand a month. Very, very successful revenue. That is not profit. Every business has expenses, but they've been in the game for years. They've been reinvesting. All they do is work. All they do is eat, sleep, and breathe work. well, we're getting to a point. The guys and I on the team, we're doing well. We're doing well. But we've been in the game for years, and the goals we have, we work all the time. You really have to put the grind in. So day one, saying you want to earn 100K a month in profit, not revenue. Like I'm just saying, like you're gonna find it more beneficial to set your targets at something more realistic first. Aim for the stars and then land on the moon. Don't get me wrong, but you trying to figure out how to make 100K a month is going to be a very different picture to you trying to figure out how to make 10K a month. And when you're making 10K a month, then you can figure out how to make 20K. Then you can figure out how to make 30. You know what I mean? You can't really take too much inspiration from people who've been in the game for so long in comparison to you, because they're just, the only difference is their experience. They've just been in the game longer. Right, we go to eat with family every Wednesday after work. Then on the way home, we hit the shops. Way back for RA. Yeah, that's a really nice routine. I like that. Zan, very much a thing, but you'd have to be a big operation to be hitting 100K profit months. Yeah, 100%, right? So Sam, who's the head coach in our mentorship, Sam caps his business at 2 million a year every year by design. He does it on purpose. And it's because we see Amazon as a lifestyle business. Amazon is incredible, but if you want to get to the point where you're doing tens of millions a year, which is a very select few amount of people in the UK, I might add, you have to understand that there is risk with Amazon. In order to get to tens of millions a year, you have to put a lot of money into stock. Amazon does have risk. So instead of doing that, what a lot of people do, what we do, is use Amazon as a lifestyle business, get to a point where you can make a really good income from it, and then diversify and do other stuff. That's absolutely fine. And it's what most people I know in the space do. I don't know anyone who puts all of their leverage, all of their cash flow into just one thing. That's quite risky. For people who are brand new and beginners, you absolutely should focus on one thing at a time. Don't try to learn loads of different things. Master Amazon first and then diversify. That's what I'm saying. Sam and the guys and I in the team, we've been selling for years, so it's different. But for people who are new, just invest in one thing at a time. The first product is really difficult to find to try and start getting those sales. The fishing depot, yeah, absolutely, mate. So in the first 3 months, you're in a probation period. You're going to be gated in a lot of brands. You have no working knowledge of what brands sell, what retailers work, when do they go on offer, what discount codes can you use. So it is difficult. Make sure you're using Keeper and SellerAmp SaaS. And if you join our free Discord community, and if you drop me a message in the chat, I may just be nice and I may try and help you find a product. I can't offer that to everyone. The guys and I and the team worked for free for a year, and we're too busy. We're too busy to do that now. The way I help people for free now is I'll answer your questions on these TikTok lives. But if you're really, really struggling and you just want to prove the concept, I can try and help. I'll do my best. Zan, currently setting up an LTD and stuff. Yeah, fair play to you, mate. How old are you as well? I'm guessing you're a young whippersnapper. Yeah, good job setting up the LTD. I really like the ambition, mate. I really like the idea of aiming high. Yeah, I saw a video the other day, right, of Hormozy talking to a guy, and the guy was like, "We earn 2 million a year, and by the end of next year, I want to earn 100 million." And Hormozy was like so taken aback, and it's like when you've walked the path, when you have a bit of experience, you know what's to come, you know the level of work that's to come. So that's why I was suggesting to set your targets at something more realistic, like. Aim to get your first sales, aim to get your first 1,000 revenue day, then aim to get your first 10,000 revenue month, then aim to get your first 5K profit month, then aim to get your first 10K profit month. All of these milestones are really big achievements. If you're constantly just thinking 100K profit, mate, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see you succeed. I genuinely just want the best for you. Don't get me wrong. But yeah. Gotta be a bit realistic. 5K profit a month will change most people's lives. Lol, to be honest. Yeah, 100%. Again, Again, guys, I'm dead serious. 5k profit in a business is way more valuable than 5k paid to your salary, because if you were working for someone else and you were earning, well, 5k a month isn't even 50k, is it? It's 60k. But if you were earning 50k a year, that's worth way less than if you're earning 5k profit as a business. And it's because of businesses, you have expenses. There's things you can do with your money. So yeah, 5k will change most people's lives without a doubt. Like the vast majority of people, in fact. You would be one of the wealthiest humans on the planet if you were earning 5k a month. And I know a lot of people a lot of people wouldn't believe me on that, but there's an online calculator that you can use where you can say how much money you have, and you'd be shocked at how wealthy we are just by being born in the UK. Being born in the UK, and if you have £1,000 in your account, you're in the top like 2% of wealth in the world. So it's about perspective, isn't it? Don't let social media rot your brain. What you see online is the extremes. The reality for most people is very different. Yeah, you're right. If I was to do 2k a month, I'd be happy. Oh, sorry, chat just jumped. If I was to do, oh, where did you go? If I was to do 2k a month, I'd be happy, but everyone's talking about high numbers. Yeah, man, it's not, honestly, I don't blame you for the high number, but it's social media, mate. Social media takes everyone to extremes. If you're not the leanest, most ridiculously ripped person in the world, everyone else looks mid. It's mad. Social media is really rotting our brains in some ways. 100k profit a month is just absurd. If you did 2k profit a month on top of your salary at your career job, that would be life changing. Imagine how much less stress you'd have if you were earning an extra 2k on top of your salary. But yeah, it's really good to aim high. But again, like the people I know who are doing 100k a month, they've been grinding for at least 6 years, maybe 7 at least. And like this is a thing with young lads who are like 18, they're fed so much of this business, self-development, looks max and crap online that a lot of the 18-year-olds I talk to are like really desperate. They feel like they're running out of time and they don't realize they have all the time in the world. I didn't start business until I was 30. And Gary V says all the time, if you are 70 and you're just getting started, you're not too late. You know what I mean? Like people think there's this urgency that they're running out of time, but it's a facade. It's an illusion that social media has made us all believe. Verkful, if you're watching YouTube and TikTok, most of it's flashy clickbait thumbnails. Yeah, exactly, 100% that. I completely agree with it. And it's because that's what generates clicks. If we can get your attention, if they can get your attention, they can monetize it. Busy grafting, high ticket versus low ticket, what's your opinion? Really good question, mate. Thank you for the live. High ticket is incredible. High ticket, I have friends who do solely high ticket and they make very good money. They would be the first ones to tell you to not do high ticket until you've got enough cash. They did low ticket where they were earning like 50p profit per unit from wholesalers and really fast sellers. Fast selling products on Amazon are going to build up your account health. Every 200 sales, you get 4 account health points. So if you focus on fast sellers, you can build up your account health and your IPI. And then when your account health and IPI is good and you've got a lot of cash flow, then doing high ticket is a really good idea. If you think about it, right? You shouldn't tie up more than 5 to 10% of your overall capital on a brand. That's about the limit. If you start with £2,000 and you buy a product that's 200 quid, that's 10% of your capital. And you're probably not just going to buy one, right? You probably got to buy 5 to 10 at least. So high ticket for a new person with low cash is just not worth your time. I wouldn't even say go low ticket. 30% return on investment, a minimum of 30 sales per month. That's what we tell people to aim for. Sam does 2 million a year. That's exactly what he does. Minimum of £1 to £2 profit per unit. For me, I don't like to sell anything above £20, but that's because when you're VAT registered, you got to be careful. It's less profit margin. Vertical Flashy Depot, many products you can find as a new seller is slightly harder though, yeah, 100%. But ungating brands is not very hard if you know how to do it properly. We've got an ungating channel in our mentorship. It has been mad successful. The only reason we have that in the mentorship is because the people in the group asked us to add it. So it wasn't our idea. We're not going to take credit for it. We added it because the group asked for it. And everyone in our mentorship helps each other with ungates. It's been very, very successful. So if you're demotivated or if you think ungating is impossible, it's not. You just need to know how to do it. And yeah, we can help. If you've got any questions around that, feel free to ask. Flashy Depot, many. I'm struggling to find any. Mate, that's because you're new. Don't beat yourself up. Like, honestly, it's hard in the beginning. I promise you, it's hard. I'll tell you what, mate. What you can do is SellerAmp SaaS, go onto a listing, see if it's got FBA sellers on the listing that have fewer than 400 reviews. That will typically mean it's more arbitrage focused. Sellers with less than 100 reviews might even be good for you. Click on their storefronts in SellerAmp SaaS and go through brand by brand what they're selling. Keep track of these brands, keep track of the suppliers. Reverse search from the brands onto Google Shopping and try and find where they're buying their products. Manufacture your margin, use discount gift codes, use discount codes and discount gift cards. We have a discount gift card portal that you can access for free if you're a member in our server. Use discount codes, discount gift cards, cashback. If you're a student, use a student discount. If you're an NHS worker, use an NHS discount. You're not going to be finding products because you're probably not utilizing manufacturing your margin. That's really, really important. And again, a shout out to our Cards to Cash link up. We've got a portal where you can get increased discounts on gift cards and we get access to cards before the general public. So definitely give that a check out. It's in our free Discord community that you can access, link in the bio. It's completely free to use. Zan MP4, okay, but after a year or so, is 10K a month profit possible? Yeah, for sure. So there's a really good prompt you can do on GPT, Claude, Gemini, whatever AI LLM you use. I almost go through this every single time. What I'll do is I'll save this prompt and I'll make a social media video and I'll tell people to use it. And you want to say in the prompt, I'm starting with £1,000 to do Amazon FBA, or put in whatever number you're starting with. If you're starting with more money, that's better. So let's say you're starting with £5,000. Actually, I said 1K, let's go with 1K. I'm starting Amazon FBA with £1,000. I have fixed monthly expenses of £100 and I want to recycle my cash and reinvest my profit every 4 to 6 weeks because that's when I plan to sell out. What is my forecasted earnings over the next year while starting at that amount? That's going to tell you if you're hitting an average return on investment of 30%, that's something you need to add into the prompt. It will tell you how much profit you'll make on your money, how it works with reinvesting it back in, and how you'll grow and scale. If you start with £1,000 and you have fixed expenses of about £100, you need to, once you've proven that it works, you need to try and put more money into it because you'll grow faster. The more you put into it, the more leads you find, the better leads you find, because obviously not all of them work. The more you spread your risk by buying lots of different products, the better you'll do. And it gives you a really good idea of how scaling looks to someone who's consistently working at it. Everyone in the team, so myself, Sam, Reese, Cal, we got exponentially better results when we were working at it full time. So if you're doing this alongside a career job, a 9 till 5, we talk to a lot of professionals, if you're doing it alongside your 9 till 5 and you're getting good results, it is going to be exponential when you can eventually quit your 9 till 5 and focus solely on Amazon. It's incredible. And like genuinely, if I could tell you anything, aiming for big financial numbers is cool. Aiming for time freedom where you work for yourself, change your life, mate. Change your life. I hate the cliche, escaping the matrix. Unfortunately, it's the reality. It really do be like that. Fishing Depot, Lego, Funko is very good, ungate, cheap to get to, that opens you up to sell. Sam and I were saying in our live call yesterday that for some reason every new beginner is obsessed with selling Lego and Funko. It's just every new beginner is obsessed with it, which they're good to sell. Definitely a lot of options out there though. Cache, hey smart Seller Smart, thank you for joining, mate. Thank you, welcome. Oh my god, guys, I'm so sorry, there's so many questions. Right, let me burn through them. Zan, 100%. You're 24. Okay, fair. To be honest, I thought you were going to be about 18 to 20. Fair play. Good job getting into it now. You're getting into it way earlier than I did. Well done. The Fishing Depot. How do you get invoices to submit when doing OA? So we have a top 200 UK suppliers list with all of their VAT information. When you're buying a product, most people are not going to issue an invoice until the product has been delivered. Some retailers won't give you an invoice at all unless you request it. Every supplier is different. So in our software, we have an automation that links the supplier to your orders, and then you can click a button and it will automatically request an invoice based on that retailer's method. It's very clever. It took us a long time to build that. And that's how we do it. So it might be you have to contact customer service. It might be you have to log into your account online. It might be that you have to get the invoice in writing and they'll send you a letter, which in that case, I wouldn't use that as an ungate. Loads of different ways to do it. How do you get an invoice to submit from it? Yeah, exactly like that, mate. Every retailer is different. Try logging into your account and checking the portal. That's the key place. Emilio, hi there. Just messaged you, coach. Amazing. Thank you, Emilio. Thank you for joining the live. Appreciate you. Someone in our team is usually there to help answer messages whilst I'm live, but I don't know if they're available today. They said they would be. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, yes, they are. Jay, welcome. Thank you for joining. What a legend. Okay. Jay, give a reach out to Emilio. La. Hi there. I just messaged you, coach. Oh, those are duplicate messages. Now I'm thinking maybe it's a spam, but I'll give you a follow regardless. Verkful, people expect to be driving a Lambo by the age of 22 these days because they're starting FBA 3 months ago. Mate, 100%. And again, I don't blame people for that. I think social media has rotted our brains. You remember where well, maybe you guys don't know, but when X-Men 1 came out, Hugh Jackman was seen as like the pinnacle of man. And now because of social media, if you look back and see X-Men 1, his physique looks mid, and yet it was Wolverine, you know? It's the same thing with making money online. It's just gone to so many crazy extremes. People expect to be driving a Lambo. Also, I'm 6'2". I can't bloody fit in a lot of sports cars. Social media gives people weird expectations, 100%. And the reality is, you know, if you spoke to someone in real life and you said, yeah, I'm earning $5,000 a month, they'd be like, what? That's crazy good. But online, it's like, if you're not making $100K a month, you're useless. No, it's a load of nonsense. Sigma, what a name. I'm late 30s and make over $5,000 a month, but want to hit that goal to make what I make at work. Okay, firstly, sick name. Secondly, you're in the US because you said $5,000. And thirdly, you said you want to increase that so you make what you're making at work, which means you're earning a good salary. So you're doing everything right there by the sounds of it, mate. Which state in the US are you from? Which part? Jay, you may need to accept message requests. Yeah, guys, if anyone is dropping us a message, sometimes we can't message you back unless we're following each other and you accept message requests. So just check that out if you're trying. Verkful, if you're serious, just go and get Lego Ungate. That's the best advice I can give. Yeah, Lego Ungate works. In our free Discord community, in the beginner chat, check the pinned messages. There is a wholesale supplier where their invoice works for Lego, so check that out. It opens you up to being able to sell so many different products and it's cheap to ungate. That is true. The next biggest thing that you can do to become ungated in a lot of brands is get to your first 200 units of sales, over 1,000 revenue, 3 months of active selling, and over 200 units of sales. And it gets so much easier, so much easier. Lego is also on offer somewhere in store or online. Yeah, absolutely. Lego is a good one. Lego is a really interesting business model, right? Because there are people who buy Lego specifically to not sell it for a year, because a lot, if not all of Lego is like, they only make a certain amount of them. So there's an actual business model. It's kind of like the stock market where people buy Lego and they hold it for a year and then they just resell it when the price goes through the roof. I don't recommend you guys doing that because you need to, you can make a lot more money if you're turning your cash over faster, but it's just really interesting to see that that's what people do. What do you discuss in the Discord? We discuss Amazon FBA. We are all Amazon FBA focused. Ironically, we are actually e-commerce sellers. We sell on other platforms as well, but we wanted to niche down on Amazon first because, we have a software that we're developing. From our business perspective, it makes sense to niche down, so we focus on FBA, but we do talk about other e-commerce in general. We do talk about other stuff. Like I sell quite a bit on eBay. I tried drop shipping. It didn't work for me. Amazon's the prime one. Someone we know is doing really well on Temu right now because Temu's joined the UK, so that'll be interesting to look out for. Rebecca, everything about Amazon, and you can network with other sellers, ask questions. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Verkful, how do you get invoices to submit doing OA? Alex, can you help me reinstate my Amazon account? Dropshipping violation. Yeah, absolutely, Alex. Join our free Discord community. Drop me a message. I'll send you a message as you come in. Or Jay, if Alex joins, Alex, when you joined the Discord, can you say I was the guy on TikTok who asked if you could help for account reinstatement? You can raise a ticket with our account recovery expert and he can help you get your account back. Good sign to everyone out there. Do not do drop shipping on Amazon. Don't do it. You can only drop ship on Amazon if you're doing private label products and you're selling your own branded stuff. Otherwise, don't do drop shipping on Amazon. Rebecca, what software can be used? How many softwares would you say to have? So in the beginning, we want you to keep your expenses low. So we recommend Keeper and SellerAmp SaaS, and that's it for software. Don't get anything else. We have a software and you can, in beta, you'll be able to use it for free. So if you want to sign up to the waitlist, you can, but it's not going to be released to the general public anytime soon. So in the meantime, Keeper and SellerAmp SaaS, those are the two you need. You have to use both, okay? You cannot do a proper analysis of a listing unless you have both, but it's Keeper and a SellerAmp SaaS, buy labels and buy boxes. That's pretty much all you need to get in the beginning. When would you move from FBM to FBA? Busy grafting. I love that name as well. When would you move from FBM to FBA? Most people start with FBA, so that's a really interesting question. You give me the impression that you're maybe an established business already or an established seller already. To be honest with you, mate, I would just give FBA a go. FBA is so good. I like FBM for different reasons though. FBM, you have a bit more control of your stock. You have less control over people scamming you. You know, unfortunately, Amazon has a really good returns policy, and because of that, there are a lot of people who scam, and they win their case. With FBA, Amazon just accepts it. With FBM, you know, you can battle it. If you get a negative review with FBM, it's harder to remove that. If you get it with FBA, Amazon accept it. So I would say give both a try, to be honest. There's no time frame. For most beginners listening in this call, FBA is the better option to go for by far, but I like FBM. I'm not going to discount it at all. It's very good. Verkful, Rebecca, SellerAmp SaaS and Keeper is all you need, 100%. Thank you. I'm sure tons of options are. Around. I just think for brand new sellers who's scared of Funko, yeah, that's fair enough. They're the key ones to go for. I have a wholesale supplier that does a lot of Funko, and I invested a lot of money in a large amount of units of Funko, and I don't know what happened, but literally the day my stock went live, about 150 people joined the listing, and it wasn't on offer at retailers, so I think maybe wholesalers just got a deal on it and everyone got access to the same deal I did. That was a rough one, mate. For like 6 months, I was trying to sell that at a loss. It was rough. Which is, again, a really good lesson that wholesale is not going to make you escape the problems with OA. Unfortunately, it's just Amazon in general. Lego are easy to ungate and cheap if you have tons of different products. Yeah, 100%. Nolan Mayfield, welcome to the live. My Amazon seller account just got approved. Do I connect it with SellerAmp and Keeper? You don't connect. Actually, do you connect SellerAmp and Keeper to Amazon? No, you don't. You don't need to connect them to your... Actually, no, SellerAmp you do. So you can connect SellerAmp to your Amazon account, absolutely. So SellerAmp can then tell you what you're ungated in or what you're gated in. What you just need to do is learn how to source. You just need to use those tools, learn how to source. For you, who was it? Nolan, we have a free Discord community link in the bio. If you scroll to the bottom of the Discord, we have loads of free resources. Download all of them. One of them is a purchase tracking sheet. You need to connect that to your SellerAmp SaaS so that when you find leads, you can click a button and it will export it to that sheet automatically. You don't have to do manual data entry. You have to keep track of your purchases. You have to keep track of your suppliers. You have to keep track of discount codes you find. That is going to help. That's going to help you in the long run. If you're not collecting data, you're just guessing. And that's why too many people struggle, because too many people are just clicking around and hoping. Alex, does Walmart issue invoices? I couldn't tell you, mate. I have no experience in the US, unfortunately. We're UK focused. A lot of people use Walmart for Amazon FBA, so maybe. But the UK and the US have different models, right? In the US, there are different laws around providing invoices. So a lot of suppliers apparently don't provide invoices. In the UK, it's a legal requirement. So I've heard that in the US, order confirmation emails work for ungating. You can't use that in the UK. I don't know if that's still true. That's just what I've heard, but I don't have any direct experience selling in the US myself. The Fishing Depot, yeah, some of them you will need to ask via email to send the VAT invoice. Yeah, 100%. We'll email them to you. Yep. Sigma, you're in California. Oh, that's amazing, mate. Southern California. Although I have heard California has a lot of problems these days. It looks incredible from my very grey weathered British perspective. Verkful, it's also crazy cheap Lego sets and very expensive ones. It's kind of mad. Yeah, it is mental, but people are willing to buy it, aren't they? People love Lego. To be fair, I love Lego as well. For Amazon, OA and 8A is best, but ironically, Amazon force you to do wholesale to get ungated, follow to inspire. No, I wouldn't say that's true, to be honest, mate. Welcome to the live. So a bit more enthusiasm there. Follow to inspire. Welcome to the live, mate. Thank you for joining. Yeah, what we've actually tested and seen is that retail invoices get accepted way more than wholesalers. And unless the wholesaler is major, Amazon need to know supply chain information now, so they just don't accept them. So we've split tested this a lot in our stores, a lot in our team, and we're seeing retail invoices get approved a hell of a lot easier than wholesale invoices for the most part. For things like Lego, you do need a wholesale one. For Amazon OA, follow to inspire, that's not the case in my opinion. Yeah, it's not the case in mine either. Hey, for beginners, why do you have to apply to sell most products? Star or flower, whatever. Welcome to the live. You are a brand new seller on the platform, right? Amazon has no idea who you are. Amazon has the highest consumer trust in the world. It has by far the highest sales velocity of any marketplace in the world. Amazon takes a lot of measures to protect its customer base. You as a brand new seller, you could be selling anything fake on the platform. So what Amazon does is they restrict you in brands, they make you provide invoices, and they make you get ungated or de-restricted in brands to prove that you're buying authentic stock. It is a necessary evil on the platform. The reason it's so challenging is because the process is really bad. There is a conspiracy theory that people who work at Amazon automatically reject ungate requests because if they approve incorrect ones, they get penalized for that. So it's safer for them to just reject without checking. Eventually, you will come across someone who actually looks at it and accepts it. 5 to 10 times is about the average that you have to reapply to get an ungate accepted. My record is 20. And there are things that you can do every single time to increase your odds. You can change something about the ungate every time. Reapply different case, flip the invoice, change the file format from JPEG to PNG, annotate the invoice, change the comment. There's loads of things you can do to increase your odds. Sam, who's the head coach in our mentorship, Sam just reapplies with the same invoice, but he's got an established seller account. He's got really strong sales on his account. So I think it's a bit different for him in comparison to new sellers. With new sellers, you have to be a bit crafty. Nolan Mayfield, yes, you connect them. Yes, absolutely. Because Amazon like to make sure the products most people sell are genuine, 100%. Vertful, you and I are aligned today. How much is your coaching? Yes, mate. Saki, welcome to the live. So we've got a free Amazon FBA course that you can download and learn the fundamentals. We've got a paid course that's £700 that teaches you the strategy, including the admin and everything like that. And we've got a one-to-one mentoring, which you need at least 5K to invest into if you want to work with us. And we'll give you a guarantee that we'll work with you until you hit 50K. We have, I think, close to 30 people in the group right now. I think it might be 30 people when you take everyone into account. We only have 5-star reviews. We put a lot of effort into the mentorship. We love it, and the group in there are incredible people. And I think anyone in there would definitely promote us, would say it was a good choice for them. The feedback we hear from people all the time is, I've done multiple mentorships, and yours by far blows it out of the water. And that's because I'll be honest with you, right? We know a lot of the Amazon coaches out there. A lot of them are young guys in their 20s who they're doing business well. They're doing business well. We're a bit more experienced. We're a bit older. We actually are really passionate about helping people. We're not just in it for a quick buck. We understand reputation is really hard to build, really easy to lose. So we work very hard in the mentorship. So if you have at least 5K to invest, you want to fast track your results and work one-to-one with us. Sam is the head coach in our mentorship. He's done almost 7.5 million since selling on Amazon. It's a really good opportunity. You don't have to get coaching, obviously. I'm a really big fan of it because you don't know what you don't know. Sigma, I enjoy visiting the UK, but yes, the weather is amazing here despite the drama. Drama is true, mate. Yeah, drama is true. Every day I'm seeing on my social media something new is going wrong with California, and it seems like everyone is abandoning ship and going to Austin, Texas, from what I see. Still looks amazing though, mate. You got the Californian weather and well, actually, I'm not going to say that on the live, but not bad for the dating scene in California by the looks of it. Busy grafting. Can you get into more detail about not being able to drop ship? Have been looking at Alibaba for items. So we teach arbitrage, A to A, and Amazon and online arbitrage. You would never buy from China doing this model. If you're buying from China, the product is fake. We're only selling real products from major retailers or Amazon directly. When you're doing drop shipping is only allowed on Amazon if you are a private label brand on your own listings and you're drop shipping your own products with your own branding on them. And then you would never use Alibaba for that. Amazon is expecting you to deliver your products to the customer next day. So you would, if you are going to do drop shipping, you'd have to do a drop shipping supplier in the UK, but then you don't have control over your own stock. So I wouldn't even recommend it then. Drop shipping is just not worth your time on Amazon. And drop shipping only has a 2% success rate outside of Amazon. So, there are people who do really well with it. I tried it. My partner and I, we ended up losing a lot of money. Everyone I know who does drop shipping is losing money, except for one dude. One dude is doing really well, but that's because he was a social media marketer before he got into it. So yeah, it's I don't even bother, mate. Just get into arbitrage. Verkful, some people in the mentorship have been trying to get a brand ungated for 5 months, but it works. Jesus, I didn't realize that. 5 months, that's wild. Busy grafting, do not do that. You will get your account banned. Yeah, exactly, 100%. If you're buying fake stuff from China, you will get your account banned. And then you have to see our account recovery expert, and we're going to have to charge you to help you recover your account. I don't want that for you. I want you to keep your account safe. I want you to do everything above board and be in this for the long run. Short gains financially are cool and everything like that. But if you can do this business model for years, decades, you're going to make a lot more money. You work for Microsoft, so you're very mature and speak corporate. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I did. I have some personal brand stuff coming out soon, right? I've got a personal brand podcast coming out with a mate. I am professional whilst I am here for Seller Smart. I am a representative of a brand. I had a chat with the team members, and as a representative of the brand, I need to be professional. If you meet me in real life, I'm a very informal person. I don't take life seriously. I love a good swear. I love banter and having a joke and everything like that. But yeah, I try to be very professional on these lives because I am genuinely trying to help people turn Amazon into an income that helps them replace their 9 to 5. You'll occasionally see me crack jokes on this live that are a bit risque, and I'm trying very hard not to do that because I've seen TikTok apparently bans people for anything too overly controversial. But yeah, it's funny, right? When I used to work for Microsoft, I was one of the more senior managers, and the team members, when we would go out on a social outside of work, they were like, "Whoa, you're an entirely different person out of the office." And I was like, "Well, yeah, in the office I have to be professional. Outside I get to be myself." Follow to inspire. You're a good guy. Thank you. I appreciate it. You as well, mate. Thank you for joining the live. It's really good to see you in here consistently. I'm so British. Whenever someone compliments me, I feel very uncomfortable. It's terrible, isn't it? I don't know why we have that in the UK. I don't know why we're so bad at accepting compliments. Guys, we've been going. Damn, it's been an hour and 15 minutes. It's because you guys have been incredible and you've been sending questions at me non-stop. I appreciate it. I'll tell you what, guys. I'm getting pretty hungry. The missus is cooking something I can smell. Really appreciate your time today. Have a really lovely weekend. Join our free Discord community if you're learning Amazon FBA. Schedule a call with us or DM the word coach if you want to work one-to-one with us in the mentorship. If you want to hire a VA, if you want to join a prep center, and if you want to sign up to our waitlist so you can use our software in the beta for free, all of those links are in the bio and in our free Discord community. Really appreciate your time, everyone. Have a good day, and I'll be online tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow.